What's up, Capricorn? Welcome to Intuitive Dreams 1111. We are coming out of the final powerful full moon of the year. And this is a time to where we will all receive some sort of closure to something that's been going on in our life, whether it's relationship, financial struggles, friends, family, whatever it may be. All right, tell us about Capricorn. What closure will Capricorn receive from this full moon? Wealthy man. Great fortune. You might be getting closure in regards to a gentleman that obviously is financially well off, but with great fortune. Number 26 could mean something, or 13. Great fortune isn't always just about financial abundance, right? Great fortune can be in many forms. It could be, your health, right, is abundant. You're a very healthy person. You could be full of love, abundance of love, abundance of caring. It comes in many, many forms. It's not just, wealth, right? Good fortune, can come in forms of financials as well. But I think the closure is something related to maybe a wealthy man discovering that, having money doesn't always make you abundant. Tell us more, please, for Capricorn. Chaser. Not one to chase down the money anymore. Right? Great fortune isn't all about financials. Some of the, good grief, some of the most wealthiest people are the most miserable. Because there are certain things that you cannot buy with money. And so, somebody with good manners, somebody with good ethics, someone who is genuinely a caring person, who's truthful. So maybe somebody's tired of chasing down the wealth, right? Yeah, values. Where are you actually putting your values, right? You see this guy's digging in his wallet, with the cash. And so I think someone's starting to maybe get closure and understand that abundance isn't always about the actual paper, right? The numbers. Great fortune comes in many, many forms. You know, somebody could be just a happy soul and be the most abundant person there is. And that's because that person is happy with living in their, you know, basic home, you know, because they're satisfied that when it's really cold out, they're fortunate enough to have heat. If it's really hot outside, they're fortunate enough to be able to go inside and cool down because they have AC. They are grateful for the simple things in life, not necessarily the most expensive things in life. You know? Tell us more for Capricorn. The Hermit. Could be dealing with a Virgo. Could have Virgo in the chart. Yeah, 3 of Coins. Yeah, someone's going within and getting wise. The Empress. Yeah, so we have somebody who's actually going within, right? They're being enlightened on what happiness really is, right? The only way you can actually be happy is if you're happy inside, right? It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what you live in. It doesn't matter if you have a vehicle or not, or what kind of vehicle you have. Great fortune is in many forms, and just the fact of being happy and grateful for the simple things in life is really what matters. Not everybody sees it that way, but you know, it does take time to where people hit tower moments in their lives, and you know, maybe the stock market takes a tank and all that money that you had went from, you know, $1 million down to $100. You know, things like that can happen overnight. And so you always want to be grateful for what you have, as long as you have a roof over your head and you're able to eat, you know, where you're laying your head down at night. You know, those simple things are what makes you abundant, great fortune, and happiness. Now, if money comes along with you being grateful and happy, I mean, that's just double the great fortune, right? Because, you know, even though you have extra cash to be able to do nice things in life, if you didn't have it, you would still be okay. You know, and a lot of times we don't pick partners and realize that, you know, what would happen if you and your partner, you know, lost your home and you had to rebuild, and you started out with, you're having to start out again with nothing. You know, are you two going to be happy with each other? Because if you're not grateful and happy inside for what you have, if it's taken away from you, all you're going to end up doing is realizing that you don't get along with that person that you're with. You know, you two were together for, you know, the value on the dollar bill, not so much the value of life, right? The beauty around you, the air that you breathe, right? Just the simple things. So you're going in and you're getting enlightened, and you are realizing that you want to work as a team with somebody. You want someone that you can rebuild with if things fall apart. If you're with the wrong person and things fall apart and you lose your house, and your partner's like, well, where's my mansion? Where's my castle? And you're like, well, no, we have to go to a hotel room, for the next month until we can get our house rebuilt because of whatever happened to it, a flood, tornado, natural disaster of some sort, right? And you have to live into a hotel for a while you're having your house rebuilt. If the person isn't going to be happy being with you no matter where you're at, then you're not with the right person, right? Because you have to remember, it could happen at any time where you need to rebuild. And as long as you two are together, you should be happy no matter what you're doing. You could be skipping down the road, kicking rocks, happy, or, going off to an opera, right? That's, a big expensive night out, right? You need to be happy with each other no matter what it is. And you're realizing this, that you're looking for a true empress, right? Whether that's masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. A man can be an empress just like a woman can be, right? Just like a woman can be an emperor, just like a man can be. It depends on the actual energy that you're in. And so, it's either I'm talking to a masculine Capricorn or a feminine Capricorn. Regardless of what it is, you're looking for a true empress that you can build with. You can do anything. The empress is somebody who can come up with new ideas, can bring new ideas to the table, so maybe when you're rebuilding your house, maybe she says, hey, yeah, we can rebuild this house after our natural disaster, but why don't we change up the location or something of where we're going to actually do this? And maybe not stay in the area you're at, maybe go to a different area to where it's more abundant for you both. The natural disasters don't hit as hard in, a newer location, right? So this is somebody who's willing to think outside of the box and rebuild with you, who isn't just sitting there saying, well, where's my castle? What do you mean I have to stay in a hotel for 2 months while we're rebuilding our house? No, I'm sorry, that's not gonna fly. You know what I mean? You're tired of that. You're tired of, chasing down the value of the dollar. You want to chase down the actual value of the person, right? The person that you can rebuild with, that you could create a new business with. Someone who's willing to be there and nurture you no matter what the situation is. Both of you still love and care for each other. So that's kind of the closure that I see you're getting during this full moon, is you're realizing after going in what values, what are your true values, right? What is more important to you now? What final cards do we have here for Capricorn? What other messages do we have for Capricorn for this closure on this powerful full moon? Last one of the year. The forbidden forest, bravery, persistence, redemption. You are so brave to keep going. Keep on going the way you do. You know, being brave enough to realize that the way you've been going on and the way you've been setting your values incorrectly, and the fact that you're able to take a look deep inside of yourself, right? Being the hermit, going inside, getting enlightened on what your true values are, because, you know, we change, right? That's a part of life, is changing. You know, prime example, like I used to love Fruity Pebbles as a child. I loved the colors of them. The taste, yeah, I guess I did, you know, as a kid, you know what I mean? The Fruity Pebbles, the way they kind of crunched. But if I was to eat Fruity Pebbles now at my age, it would not taste the same, you know? I wouldn't enjoy the Fruity Pebbles like I did as a child. And so that's part of growing and learning. And it's, you know, being able to take a look deep inside you and say, you know, what am I being shallow about? What should I be more grateful for? So just the fact that, you know, you're able to take the time and to go deep within and look at the ugly, you know, and say, what have I been so shallow about for so many years? What does need to change, you know? What is more important to me now? You know, is it the fact that I could build with somebody and make it a whole new adventure with somebody that I enjoy, that I love, that is I'm gonna have like a good time with in this hotel for the next couple of months, right? You know, here we are confined to this room instead of like a big house you two were sharing, right? Now you're stuck in this, you know, hotel room for the next couple of months. And it's like, okay, what can we, you know, discover about each other? Let's play some board games or something, you know, different, going back and using your time differently than you would, you know, the past, you know, 5 or 6, 7 years or decade, 10, right? You know, what we would have done 10 years ago is so much different than what we do today, how times have changed. So I commend you for, you know, being brave enough to look in deep inside into, you know, the depths of your soul that might have been shallow a decade ago, and now not so much. You know, what do you actually put value on? And so I think that's great closure for a Capricorn to have. You know, Capricorns, you know, they know how to make that money. They're good at it. They know the value of a dollar, but also, you know, maybe not so much just about the value of the dollar. It's, you know, how about the value of the people that we spend our time with? And so nothing wrong with making money and doing what you need to do, but you just don't want to forget the value of people, the value of memories, things that you can't buy back if natural disaster, you know, takes away, you know, your house or the car that you worked hard to buy. You know, the natural disaster can take away all those photos you had of your generations of family that you may not be able to get back. So I commend you for having closure on what your new values are moving forward in life. So much love and light. I'll talk to you soon.